On July 6, 2026, the final whistle blew in Dallas. Portugal was out of the World Cup, beaten 1-0 by Spain. The cameras did not stay on the scoreboard. They zoomed in straight to one man walking alone down the tunnel. He was Cristiano Ronaldo. Tears on his face. At 41 years old, his final chance at a World Cup was gone. It ended without the one trophy that never came. But to understand those tears, we have to go back to a tiny island, a leaking roof, and a kid who hated losing more than anything else in the world. In February 1985, a cook named Maria Dolores and a gardener named Dinis Aveiro had their fourth child in Madeira, Portugal. The family was so poor that all the kids shared one small room. They named him Ronaldo after former US President Ronald Reagan, his father's favorite actor. On the streets of his neighborhood, kids called him two things: Little B, because he never stopped running, and Crybaby, because if his team lost or a teammate missed his pass, he would burst into tears, not out of sadness, out of pure anger. Even as a child, he could not stand losing. At 12, that same drive got him off the island. Sporting CP, one of Portugal's biggest clubs, signed him for around €2,000 and moved him to Lisbon alone. City kids mocked his thick island accent. He was homesick. He cried himself to sleep some nights, but instead of folding, he made a decision. If they wouldn't respect how he talked, he would make them respect how he played. He started sneaking out at midnight to lift tin cans in the dark just to get stronger. At 15, his dream nearly ended. Doctors diagnosed him with tachycardia, a heart condition that made his heart race even at rest. Some doctors told his mother he might have to quit football altogether. Instead, he had a laser procedure to correct it. He went into the hospital in the morning, came out that afternoon, and was back training within days. In August 2003, everything changed. Sporting CP played a friendly against Manchester United, and an 18-year-old Ronaldo ran their defenders ragged. On the flight home, Manchester United's own players reportedly told manager Sir Alex Ferguson to sign him immediately. Days later, the deal was done for around £12 million. When Ronaldo arrived in Manchester, he asked for his old number, 28. He was scared of the pressure that came with a bigger number. Ferguson said no and handed him the number 7, the shirt once worn by Beckham and Cantona. Ferguson told, "You are not here to follow them. You are here to beat them." He handed Ronaldo the number 7. That's the moment CR7 as a name and an identity really started. From there, Ronaldo did not just train like a footballer. He engineered his body like a machine. Tests later showed that when he jumps, he generates around 5 times the force of a sprinting cheetah, with a vertical leap higher than the average NBA player. He cut out sugary drinks completely. He doesn't sleep in one long stretch. Instead, he takes 5 90-minute naps a day, working with a dedicated sleep coach. He has 0 tattoos on purpose, so he can keep donating blood and bone marrow multiple times a year. While teammates went out, Ronaldo went to the gym, the ice bath, or the doctor's office. That discipline kept him at the top for over 20 years. From Sporting to Manchester United, Real Madrid, Juventus, and now Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. 5 Ballon d'Ors, 5 Champions Leagues, and in 2026, he made history again. The first male player ever to score in 6 different World Cups, from 2006 to 2026. But Ronaldo did not just become a great player, he became a business. Today, He's football's first billionaire and the most followed person on the planet, with over 600 million Instagram followers and more than 1 billion across all platforms combined. When he signs for a club, shirt sales hit millions within 24 hours. Sponsors pay him over $100 million a year because a single post from him can move a company's stock price. Portugal knew exactly what they had. For over 2 decades, the Portuguese Football Federation built campaigns around him, especially at this World Cup, hosted largely in the United States, home to more than 1.3 million people of Portuguese descent. He's turned his own name into an industry too, with CR7 hotels and a museum in Madeira drawing tourists to his hometown every year. Which brings us back to Dallas. After the match, Ronaldo spoke with a heavy voice. In his words, "That's football. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You have to move on. I go with a clear conscience." He said Portugal's Euro 2016 title meant just as much to him as a World Cup ever could. So when the cameras caught him in tears that night in Dallas, those were not just tears over a lost match. They were the tears of a boy who cried alone in a Lisbon boarding house, the teenager who survived heart surgery, and the man who spent over 2 decades building himself and his name into one of the biggest forces the sport has ever seen. That's all in this edition of Connecting the Dots. We'll see you next week with more raging issues. Until then, it's a goodbye from all of us in the Delhi newsroom. This is Munmun Bhattacharya signing off. Take care and stay safe.